Oh shit! What's going on? We're late to the party as usual.
Yeah.
Welcome to another edition of King's Court. What's going on, everybody in the house? I am Trev Elder Jones, Master of Cannabis. Joined to me live are my two co-hosts. Fellas, introduce yourselves. Tell the people what you're all about.
Oh, yes. I go by the name of Willie Scandals. I am one of three kings that is going to be hosting the Indigenous Cannabis Cup. That's right. But I am also Willie Scandals, the one that does every single Friday night, kicking it live with Willie on Twitch this week at 6 p.m. I hope to see you guys there.
Ras, Cottreezy, no long talking. Let's get to it, man.
Yeah. All right. You know what's on all our minds we want to talk about. First and foremost, Willie, man, I am so excited. Cottreezy, I'm so excited. After the Kings performance on Saturday at the Kings and Healing House's big concert event, we have received an offer to MC the Indigenous Cannabis Cup as King's Court, man. I'm so beside myself. As we all know, Willie has been the host of the ICC for the last few years. So to get an invite to sit up on stage with him and to perform as King's Court together is such a fucking honor. Man, Cottreezy, man, I cannot wait to get back up on stage with you motherfuckers.
It's going to be great.
So if that wasn't exciting enough, man, guys, I'm going to let you guys have the floor for a minute because tell the people how you felt about the event on Saturday, man. Like individually, how did you feel about your performances? How did you feel about the people being there? Like, it was such a fucking wicked time. I want the people that didn't make it to get a feel for what it was like from your guys' perspective, man. Hit them up.
Go ahead, Cole.
Oh, you want me to go first?
Go ahead. I got a lot to say. That's why.
Well, then go ahead. If you got a lot to say, go ahead, man.
Oh, man. I mean, heading in, I'll tell you this right now. Heading in, we truly didn't know what to expect. I mean, elders telling us, don't worry, we got it. We got it all under control. So, like, when I got there, I was like, all right, we got this all under control. All right, let's do this. I said, so, me and myself in Digital Fire, we put the plan together. We attacked and we came up, Elder came up with the lineup, right? The times and all of that. But as things progressed and the weather and there was just certain things that were happening throughout the day where we had to adjust. And the adjustments happened on the fly. We did amazing. I don't think there was a single person in that crowd that thought we did terrible. We pretty much entertained every single soul there, even the people across the street going into the next property over at the next store. And over on the other side where there was the driveway, we seen people over there dancing and having a good time outside the ground. So it just goes to show that when we're having a good time and we're all together, unified, that it travels. And it reaches farther and farther. So, like, to me, it was cool to see the people over at the neighboring store having their customers waving at us from the stage was definitely an experience. The performances, man, I'm giving it to T. Fanny as the performer of the day. I loved every single performer, but I just feel that she was like the tightest. She came in right at the right time. She got the party going. Overall, it was a beautiful event. I got to be a backup dancer to Shaw Claire, so that was amazing, alongside my kings. So, man, I could wrap this up all day long, man. I could sit here and talk about the amazing time we had, all the vendors that we met, so many cool people. If I could remember one person's name, it would be Barbara. She did an amazing job on her vendor and donating money back into the community. So, yeah, man, that's my wrap up. Cottreezy, I think you have another side of the wrap up too, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was to me epic. It was amazing. It was so many good people with good vibes. The fact that we were able to have an event like that, Range, Cedar, whatever, and to have people like the Afro Bud Sisters coming in from Toronto.
Oh yeah,
and people from all the vendors, and most importantly was I was able to attend and be part of an event. King's Court was able to be a part of a Healing House event that not only had an event that was great, but we were able to give back and raise $1,000. That to me, that's just the biggest thing. Because I'm gonna tell you something right now. I've been to, and people on this panel know, I've been to so many markets and so many of these events, and I have yet to hear anything where it's such a cause and there's a reason for us doing it on a consistent level. And I want people to know that once King's Court, this isn't something that's just to kind of get our name out there. This is something we plan on doing every single time we touched the stage. So that was my biggest thing. And I want to give a big shout out again to Healing House. And a big shout out again to my man Trev, because seriously, we were taken care of. It was awesome. We were, I mean, I had no complaints. We had a nice lounge area to get cool out in the back. I was able to prepare. I have some behind the scene footage that we took. So, I mean, it's just, we were able to go and really see the behind the scenes of Healing House too. So, I had a great weekend, and it was amazing. I can't wait to do it again. Trev, how you feel, Kim?
Damn. I mean, what a lot of people don't know is like 3.5 weeks prior to the show, I went to the owners of Healing House and I said, you know what? Let me do an event, man. Let me just like bring in some artists, some vendors and shit. Let me just do something. And they were like, you know what? We got a lot going on. And I looked them dead in the eye and I figured I might be biting off more than I could chew. And I said, you know what, man? I'll take care of everything from front to end. Fuck, man. I had no idea what I was getting my ass into for 3.5 weeks, man. I lost sleep. I lost like 7 fucking pounds. My queen is by far the most supportive fucking person on the planet. It was crazy. I mean, hats off to every entertainer that showed up, and especially like you said, monsters. Hats off to T. Fanny, who traveled across the fucking country
from Calgary, man.
I mean, honestly, Elders is going to compensate her, but she came like literally. She wasn't a paid performer to come. You know, she came out there on her own dollar all the way to fucking Ontario, took that stage, absolutely fucking rocked the shit out of it.
Yep.
And honestly, for nothing. Like, she did that all like out of the goodness of her heart. So Elders is taking care of her personally.
She walked away with some fans, that's for sure.
Oh, for sure. But ultimately, I'll say this. I've been on stage a lot in my life, whether it was to teach or whether it was, I mean, some other side shows from back in the day, you know, and even being a band camp my whole life. You know, I've always performed in front of people, but there was something to really be said about being on stage first with the Kings. You know, like we've been doing this 22 weeks now, 23 weeks. You know, it's different, man. We sit here behind this camera, you know, but when we were on stage together and we're all up there and we're doing it all on a whim and all improv, no scripts, no shit, just up there with mics in our hands. Like, for me, this was a brand new, real experience that I probably would have never been able to experience in my life if it wasn't for the hard work of both my Kings and ourselves with the production of this show. But go a little bit forward, man. Like, Choclair and me, I mean, we've been friends now for, you know, a few years, and we're pretty tight. You know, like, we're good friends. We call each other before. You just called me 20 minutes ago. But if you'd have told me 20 years ago when I was bopping in my fucking car, to Shocks, Maestro, and all those guys, if you'd have told me somewhere in my life I would not only be announcing Choclair on stage to an event I put together, but actually be on stage while Choclair is performing, man, I can't describe in those. I brought my queen right up. I wanted her to feel that experience too. I mean, I get it, man. You guys perform. You guys do live, like, singing performances all the time. So, like, for me, who's just like dabbing my toes in entertainment, it was such a surreal fucking experience. And I want to take one quick second. I want to give some major shout outs. I know I did a shout out privately, but King's Court. I want to shout out 3 very, very specific people. I want to shout out Emily Toronto. Without her help, the social media aspect of everything, the pictures, all that shit that she did, man, fuck, Em, you rock socks.
Right.
Second shout out, want to go to Kristen Fowlett. She put in so much extra time and effort. She stayed till like 1 o'clock in the fucking morning while the vendors tore shit down. You know, like, she really put in the effort, and she's just a manager at the store. She had nothing invested in this, and she really went out of her way to make sure this event took proper place. But the biggest shout out I want to give, man, is to my fucking queen. I didn't shout her out on my video the other day. I thought she deserved a little bit more than to be put up there with everybody else that was involved. You know, she not only did she take care of shit at home, she playing in the fucking night party, making sure the house was on point, you know. And then she got herself out to the fucking event at the time when I needed her the most. She ran around, she took care of shit for me. She made sure people were all right. She was social. She made, you know, like, my queen, she's not a Healing House staff employee. She's not employed by King's Court. She's literally just my side, you know what I mean? And for the effort and everything that she put out of her way, was literally just compassion for what we do in the Kings. And she went as far, like, she won a prize pack, and she was like, I can't accept this. I'm Elder's wife. You know, like, cannabis is something we don't really need, you know, like, do something better with it. And they insisted that she took it. They didn't want her to feel like, you know, because you're Elder's wife, we're not going to do this, you know.
Hey, you're allowed to get rewarded.
Right. So she brought this prize pack home, man. She laid it all out on the fucking table. And very first thing she did was post up in our group, and she said, you know, I'm Elder's wife. I was blessed to win this fucking prize pack, and I really want to donate this back to Elder's compassionate, you know, clients and friends and customers who might not be able to afford or get this kind of medication. And like, for all the compassionate shit that the three of us do, you know, together, the compassionate shit that we do individually behind the scenes, you know, to see my queen and my wife step up like that was like, it was like a real touching moment for me. And I want to make sure that she got proper fucking recognition for it, because, you know, not a lot of people will do what my wife does. She stays behind the scenes. She's a fucking rock. You know, she makes shit smooth as shit. And, you know, and the one time she catches this big ass bag reward for what she does, she fucking, her first instinct was just to donate every fucking bit of it back to the cause. And honestly, man, like, for a woman who's just entered the cannabis community in the last couple of years, you know, she's a real example of what our fucking community should be like. And for those that have lost track of that compassionate side, take note. You know, some rookie in our community just came in and showed people how it was supposed to be done. So, you know, big shout out to my queen over everybody else. I mean, yeah, you know, event coordinators and fucking DJs and MCs and fucking artists and vendors and Healing House and sponsors and all that shit, man, that's tight. You guys really helped that event. You made it happen for sure. But for me personally, what really made that event happen, she put up with my stress. She put up with my phone calls. Fucking guy, man.
She put up with your tardiness.
She ain't even here right now. Like, she didn't even know she's getting the shout out. So hopefully when she sees this,
she'll watch it later.
You know. But yeah, other than that, honestly, dude, the hairs were standing up on my fucking arms the whole fucking show. Anytime I got up there with you guys, I had a mic in my fucking hand and we were joking around and shit. And I don't want to focus on this because I'm rather embarrassed, but the fact you fuckers somehow, like, I tried to freestyle. Like,
you dropped bars, man. I did drop a little something.
I tried.
He did. He got up there. Kudos to him. Salute to the
If
king.
you guys missed it, these guys were fucking, they just like, Willie just started freestyling out of nowhere. And so Trees come up to the stage and he was like, Willie's like, hit it. And I'm still standing there with the wireless fucking mic in my hand, and I'm like holding it, and I'm watching these two, and I'm fucking, it was something about the look on both of you. I watched you both perform. I watched you both perform the music that you guys always perform. You know what I mean? Like, the music I listen to on my radio of you guys. But to see the look in your fuckers' eyes, like 5 feet away from you both, and watching you freestyle, how like I had to know how that felt, man. Even if I flunked it, even if I choked, I didn't give a fuck if it sucked ass and I only said 4 words. The literal look you two both had on your faces, you could see it like so deep to your hearts and your soul. Like, you were so passionate about just ripping shit. And I was like, I need to know how that motherfucker feels. I don't care. I'm fucking doing it. And so I did it. And as soon as I walked away, I was like, oh, for that 1 second, I knew how you fuckers felt. And then 2 seconds after that, I was like, oh my God, I just rapped on stage in front of him. Like, what was I thinking, guys? But big shout out to both of you for, you know, I know we've been doing this, but having me up on stage during your actual performances and making me a part of that. You know, this is a life you guys are introducing me to. And oh, fuck, man, I'm blessed.
Appreciate you, man. We appreciate you. You know what it is, man. Long time.
So we're getting close to 9:20. I want to talk about so much more, but the event, fucking shit, that was worth it. We have a fucking awesome guest tonight. He is a comedic relief friend of mine. I've seen his shows. He does a lot of internet shows. He's a fucking stand-up comedian. He's damn good at it. He's a connoisseur, like a true connoisseur. This man had his own like calendar made of like hundreds of strains he tested, like tried out, gave proper product review. So, I mean, I'm super, super happy to announce this guy into King's Court tonight. If you haven't heard any of his stand-up, check him out. He'll be quick to tell you where we can find him on all his social media.
Well, that's right.
So, Treasy, Willie, introduce our guest, man. I'll bring him out here. Tell the people who we got.
We got Reese Turner.
What a name, hey, what a name.
Wow.
Reese Turner. What kind of name is that? What a fuck this guy is, huh? How you guys doing? You good or what?
Good, what up,
What's
Reese?
poppin', man?
What's poppin', brother? How you doing, man?
I'm wonderful, man. I'm wonderful. I just finished a joint of Captain Kush from the wonderful folks out my neck of the woods, Black Label Cannabis. They hooked me up wonderfully.
Nice.
How are you guys doing? Are you good? Look how foggy it is in my house right now.
Yeah, dude. I'm like, I was about to tell you to clean your camera, and then I'm like,
No.
nah, it's Reese.
This
He's
is
just sitting in a big
atmosphere,
cloud
man.
of fucking cannabis right now, man. I love
Atmosphere.
I thought it had something to do with them wildfires, maybe.
These were some wildfires that happen in here, bro. They're pretty wild. How you guys doing? What's up? What's going on? Thursday night, man. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, man, we're good. We're good.
Yeah. I'm glad you guys had fun at that show, man. That's fucking amazing. I love when events go well. You got a nice little blunt going down there, Cottreezy. Okay. What kind of blunt are we talking here?
You know what it is, man. It's Russian cream all day, and it's rolled in that gorilla cookies. That's the first one. The next one, I got a surprise for you. You know how we get down.
Ooh, and ooh, I love it. I love it.
Always.
But so, Reese, man, you're well known as a stand-up comedian, but in the cannabis world, I knew you as like one of the best connoisseurs. I got your poster hanging in my wall. I've never hung a poster since I was like 15, bro, but I hung your poster on my wall.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
Yeah, dude, tell the people like where you come across, like how did you get into cannabis review to the point where you're publishing posters and people are actually dripping off your review? What brought you to there, man?
Man, it's weird. It's like I ran cannabis comedy nights where we'd have markets and stuff like that. And I just found myself with like an incredible access to some really nice cannabis. And people always seem to want to ask, it's like, yo, okay, what do you have right now? What can we get? And I just started showing people, it's like, this is what I have. This is what I have. And it started at the start of COVID where I started like seriously reviewing it because I needed to keep my sanity. I needed to keep my skill set sharp. I do photography. I do design. I do comedy, right? So I take a shot of the bud. I design the weed icon that's beside it. And then I write a funny review. Like that's like, it's my skill set. I'm trying to keep sharp. Yeah. It's my whetstone. Weed is my whetstone.
Read us one review. Give us an insight on one of your funny reviews.
You got Gorilla Cookies in the blunt right now. I reviewed a strain called Gorilla King. I remember this shit because it fucking rocked me to my core. Like, because it wasn't even the review doesn't even sound like I'm talking about weed. All right. I started the review off and I was like this. Oh no, I gotta read it because I'm gonna fuck it up if I don't, because it's too good. It's too good. I'm pulling it up. Give me a second. It is a beautiful. Okay. Have you guys ever had Gorilla King, the strain?
Not yet.
Nah.
Okay.
Yes,
this was like
the Gorilla strain like 2 years.
It's pretty good, right?
It's not bad. Yeah. I mean, you know what it is.
Yeah, exactly. So I reviewed this shit. 1 second. I'm scrolling through my photos right now. I take so many photos. Oh my God. My photos. Here it is. The problem is I get tagged in a lot of these shits too. Oh my God, such beautiful weed. I'm scrolling through my photos and it's beautiful. Hi-ho. Oh, wonderful. Okay, so what did I say? I was looking Gorilla King. Okay.
I love how fucking high he is right now, man.
I'm so fucked right now, bud.
Those eyes are destroyed.
Buddy, look, this is how my eyes always look because I'm always destroyed. Okay, Gorilla Glue. No, Rude Boy OG. Louis.
See what I'm saying? Here's some of the fucking strains this guy's got. I mean, I get to dabble in a lot of cannabis products, but when I read your reviews and looking at some of the strains that you got to do, I was like, shit, man, this guy's seen some fucking strains that I've never seen.
I've seen some shit. Yeah, it's been insane. I've been I feel very fortunate that the people who I've been blessed enough to meet in my life Just happen to have access to this fucking fuego that I get to put into my lungs. And I can't find it. It looks like I fucking destroyed the evidence. It's gone forever. So basically, the way I reviewed this weed was, he looked out over his kingdom. The devastation had swept the land, but he had taken it. Victory was his, but he was missing something. He looked to where his best friend once stood. Diddy Kong was no longer there. You know, it's like I made it all about Diddy Kong, Donkey Kong, Game of Thrones, and then I'm like, yo, this weed was pretty tight. You know what I mean? That's how I wrapped it up. I don't know, it's fucked. Sometimes I go on a tip. You know how it is as a creative. When you slip into a pocket, you're just like, I'm going to follow wherever this vein goes. You know what I mean? And you end up tracing it. And that's what I did. When I smoked that weed and I was like, Gorilla King, Gorilla King, Gorilla King. Yo, Donkey Kong killed everyone.
Diddy Kong appeared.
You know, like I got into that shit and like I just wrote out this whole fucking story. And the next thing you know, I got this fucking Donkey Kong fanfic that people are like, yo, that was fucking funny, bro. So it's been fun to do, man. Honestly, it's something I love. I love entertaining people. And when I wasn't able to be on a stage, you guys fucking know. It's like, somebody cut your fucking leg off. And it's just like, no, I want it back. Give it back.
I'll find a prostate. I'm going to put it on here, man. Yeah.
So now it's just like, I'm so happy to be back. I don't know if you've noticed my weed reviews have kind of slowed down now because it's like, now I'm like this. Oh, stages. Oh, okay. I remember stages. That's all I wanted to do. You know, exactly.
I just got off the stage like literally an hour and a half ago.
Yeah, so you're fucking right now. You got that rush going.
Yeah, yeah, I'm still on 10. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Speaking of stages, when you know, we talk about your comedic career, you know, what is two things, man? What was your favorite show to do? Like whereabouts and what was it? What was your favorite part about it? And what's the coolest fucking show you've ever done? Like, who have you shared a stage with that's more like the most memorable fucking show?
Oh, fuck.
Great question.
Yeah, man. I've done some cool shit. Like, I was lucky. People kind of took a shine to me early on in my career because I'm pretty genuine with people. And I think that's key when you talk to people is you have to be fucking genuine. And if you're not genuine, you're fucked. You know what I mean? And ever since I got in, I got to perform at Club Soda in Montreal.
Nice.
And, yeah, Club Soda is a 650, 750 seated venue.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And I got to do that shit 2 years into my comedy career.
That's fucking amazing, bro.
Yeah, I was shitting my fucking pants, bro. Like, and I have this thing, and notice this, when you guys watch me perform live, if I look up, it's because I'm having anxiety and I can't look at you. You know what I mean? And that happens on stage sometimes. I can't make eye contact with people because my anxiety is peeking through my goddamn neck. You know what I mean? So I look up as an escape. At Club Soda, if you look up, there's just more fucking people there. You know what I mean? And I was like, this, how high do I have to fucking look before? But yeah, that was the
sunglasses.
And he's no small guy either, just so you fuckers know. Like Treezy's 6'4". What are you coming in at?
No, I'm 6'5".
You're 6'4". Yeah, I'm only 6'3". You got like every time I see you, I'm like, yo, you're tall as shit.
Only
but you tall too. Yeah, I'll get to last time I see you in the fucking horse farm. We were like the biggest people there.
Yeah, it was fucking wild. There's like a fucking horse and a mask in a field.
Horse and shit, and we were just making it happen. We'll get to that later. So.
Yeah. Damn, y'all got some shit.
We got some shit.
Yeah, man.
So what's with restrictions coming up? I happen to know that there is a comedy show being talked about in the works behind the scenes. I happen to know those people are going to be reaching out to you to take part in that event. It's about as much as I can say just yet. That being said, though, restrictions lifting, you got upcoming shows coming that we can check you out at, man. Tell us what's going on for you in the future.
Like right now, I'm doing. You guys know Joe, who ran Underground in Toronto, legendary Underground. Joe Baker, one of the fucking the stewards of the plant and the culture. I love this woman. She's been nothing but sweet to me, and she started to move the Underground shows to the Comedy Bar because she lost her venue during COVID. So we're going to be performing at Comedy Bar, I believe, I think Wednesday, September 1st.
Nice.
I'm with her at Comedy Bar. I'm also doing a couple like of those rooftop shows like a bit later in September. Right now it's like, it's just been, I've been lining stuff up. I recently had a good friend of mine in the comedy community pass away. His name was Andrew Albert. He was one of a kind. I have a feeling every single one of you guys would have really loved this dude. But so I just took a week, 2 weeks. I'm going to grieve this dude. You know what I mean? He was my dude. And he was one of the most passionate comedians on the planet. He was so proud to tell you that, like, just before COVID shut everything down, he worked 50 out of 52 weekends in a year, booked for comedy. Like, this dude that's impressive. He's a road dog.
That's the dream.
Yeah, road warrior. You know what I mean? That's what this guy was. And we lost him on Saturday. So I'm going to take some time and grieve him, start up again in September.
My deepest, man, to you.
Thank you. Yeah, man. Thank you.
Yeah. Well,
that's in September, bro. I brought it all the way down there. I was just like,
let's
make people cry.
You know what? Not at all, man. I can't wait to see you. I can't wait to see you back on stage, man. You are one entertaining motherfucker.
Dude, I truly, it's something that I've always wanted to do. And I was like, I don't know about you guys, but I waited until I was older to start this shit because of my anxiety. My anxiety kept me off the stage. I didn't start this shit till I was 30. That's when I started. And now it's like, I'm lucky enough to say that I've done Just for Laughs in Montreal twice. I've done it once in Toronto. I've done Field Trip Music and Art Festival, Pooza Fest. I did the ICC a couple years ago. Like, I'm very happy to be doing.
I introduced you. I remember.
Yeah, I had shorter hair. I had shorter hair and a little less pounds and no kids.
Well, yeah, you just answered one of my questions about what year you started and if it was a late start to you.
It was
like in my community and most people know with the Mohawk people, we're pretty quick-witted. So I was going to ask you, like, is this something that you were always good at, or did you just grow into it later? Well, you kind of
I was a smart ass for sure. And I grew up playing sports. And if you grow up playing sports, you grow up chirping. You know what I mean? So I got into, like, I chirp teachers, you know what I mean? And then it's just like, oh, it's gonna get me in trouble. Okay, this is weird. But now you get paid to do it, you know? So it's fun. You know, I think this is what I was built to do. Like, sports, I got to play some baseball. I played some decent level baseball. I was a pitcher, then I fucked my arm up, and I like to smoke weed and drink too much. So that doesn't necessarily work with that pro athlete mentality.
That's like Canadian pro.
Yeah, exactly.
What do you mean? That's how we roll up here, man.
Yeah, it was fucked, man. But I'm so happy that I went to film school. I did that shit, and then I ended up moving to Montreal with my lady and finding myself out there, man.
That's dope. I consider myself quite the sports buff. I'm pretty versatile with the knowledge. Sweet. I noticed that you have something called 420 Golf.
Yeah.
Can you explain that to us a little bit more?
Okay.
How can the Kings get involved?
Wait for this.
Come out. Like, basically what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to decrustify golf. You know what I mean? Like, the majority of golf has been played by, like, upper class fucking idiots for time immemorial since it started. I am not that. I grew up in a public co-op housing complex. I live in a house, like, I live in a complex, and I'm about stopping that shit. It's like, if we can flood out golf courses so that fucking Richie Rich and Jeff Lefleur are like, yeah, let's fucking do it, bro. Come do this shit with me. Let's cause some trouble, man. Like, I go out there, I'm burning blunts the whole time. You walk around, and people, like, these 80-year-old dudes are like this. That's a good smelling cigar. And you're like this. Yeah, it is. Shut the fuck up. Let's fucking golf.
What to that right now?
Yeah. Bro, like, I brought my buddy Walter. He cannot golf. It took him 35 swings to make contact once. He quit by the third hole, but he brought a whole bar. He had Caesar mix, he had vodka, and he was just making us drinks. So he was our personal bartender for the rest of the time. Like, just, it's being outside. It's having fun with your boys. That's what I like about it. So I started a clothing brand called 420 Golf on the green. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to wear stupid, shitty golf stuff. So I decided to make my own clothes that I could wear. So that's
So 420 Golf is a brand or is it a tournament? What is this?
A brand. It's a brand that will eventually be sponsoring a tournament, maybe several tournaments. It may also become a video podcast type thing where we go to golf courses and film the excursions and shit.
Dude, I gotta jump in, man, because it's ironic. Our sponsor, Healing House, I golf with the owner once a week, and you nailed exactly how we are. We go in there with a paper bag fucking full of joints. And we give joints to grounds people. We give joints to these guys. And then we roll we're smoking big fucking hash blunts, and you get these people like, so, you get congested at one hole while you're waiting for them motherfuckers. And that's me and Dan the whole time. And we're just pumping away, looking at all these people like 80-year-olds like, hey, you want one of these fucking joints? This is Kampai.
Yeah.
They just look at us and we're just like.
Yeah, sometimes if they look at you a bit crooked, you're like, you turn around. I have a 3-iron. I will fucking use it, Irv. I'll fucking use it, Irv. Turn the fuck around, Irv. Yeah. You lose your shit a little bit. If they're going to lose their shit, you go extra crazy. You go extra crazy, and then they leave you alone. Or they throw you off the course. I don't give a shit.
Any ballpark idea of when this tournament might take place?
What I'm hoping to do is I'm hoping to get one maybe in place for like mid-October, maybe something to shut the season down so we can get a bunch of cannabis heads together. That's my goal. I've been talking to our mutual friend, the Stoner Chef. Sweet man Danny Raposo. I've been talking to that gentleman about potentially, because I golf with him fairly regularly.
He's a golfer, man. I went golfing with him.
He hit the ball farther with one hand.
I know.
I've seen so many people hit with two hands, and I don't understand because he's 5'1". I don't understand it.
The fucking club is bigger than him, man, and he just stands there with his feet like about 7 fucking feet apart. Cracks that one-hander and he goes like 370 fucking yards. And I'm like,
yeah, it's amazing to watch. And I love it because you smoke weed, you chat. That's how we get to know people now. It's like, it's hard to carve out a lot of time. So this is the perfect multitasking activity.
Yeah,
it's like you want to roll out with a bunch of people and then be like, yo, okay, what do? You got kids? Like, what do you like? And it's just really fun to kind of get out there and do that shit. And that's, I love performing, and I want to put together like, that's part of the day, right? You have the show at the end with a meal from Danny Raposo. After they eat the meal, they get a nice little show. They're like this. Oh, wow, golf is fucking sick. And then we're like, yeah, check your bags, dickhead. And in their bags, there's a bunch of weed shit. And then they're like, what the fuck? And then they love golf forever. And we get a bunch of new weed head buddies that play golf. That's what I want. I want us to all have fun together, man.
Let us know how we can get involved, and
we're down.
Elders Smoke Shack would definitely donate not only time, but we would donate a cannabis package for that.
Amazing,
kind of thing, for sure.
It's funny you're talking about. I wear a Healing House. I wear a Healing House golf hat. I wear the hat when I golf all the time.
Fucking nice. I love it.
Yeah, you gave me the hat. I'm like, this is fucking sick. This is the nicest hat I own right now. So I wear it when I golf, and people are like, "Oh, that's lovely. Is that like a hospital?" And I'm like, "It is kind of in a way." I have a fun time with it.
I love it.
That's right.
Treasy, man, hit the man up with some questions, bro.
Big shout out. What's going on, Reese? Look, first of all, I gotta give a big shout out because I don't know if you guys know. The first time I seen this man, again, Lincoln, Ontario. Horse farm.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say that's all I'm gonna say about that, but
whoa,
buddy. Okay,
I need to know more.
Okay,
the people need more, man.
Yeah, they need more.
Yeah.
Go ahead, tell them.
Let's give them some context. All right. There's a show that happens in a market that happens on a horse farm.
Yes.
It's very hard sometimes. I don't know if you guys have ever experienced this in your professional career, but while people are shopping for various cannabis goodies and stuff, when you're in a big, giant indoor horse facility and you're tucked in a corner, sometimes they don't really pay attention, but it's fun when they do. And so we had probably about 15 of these people just having the best fucking time ever.
Yeah.
And then everybody else was like this.
And one of them was like, I remember the first time it was just me. And I remember I felt like I was the only one laughing. I remember I sat there. I'm like, does anybody here he's like busting ass right now. Does anybody hear this? And he came with a crazy lineup of comedians. And then the second time he did it again. Yeah. I want a big shout out to the King because he did it. The second time it was freezing cold. I remember I was DJing.
Yeah,
he brought out the comedians, and it was freezing in this horse farm.
Yeah,
he did a great show like he always does.
Thanks.
So
man. I had a blast. Honestly, it was one of those times where it doesn't matter the condition. I am in my ideal situation. You know what I mean? I'm on stage. I got the microphone. Let's go, baby. You know what I mean? Yeah. And like you were stuck there all fucking night, just freezing. Yes. I remember because you had like a mask and a toque on, and all I could see was this for like 20 minutes. I'm like, I think that's Cottreezy, and you're like this.
I was giving a head,
and then it's like, yeah.
I just see you, man, 6 foot and change, I'm sitting in the corner with this like fucking terrorist looking fucking bell cab on.
It was so cold out there. It was so cold. But my question to you is the comedians. I remember because you had one comedian who actually was close with Kevin Hart, correct? Like she had performed with Kevin Hart
for his stuff.
Yeah. Yes. What are some of your comedic influences that you go after?
They're all over the place, man. Like one of my earliest people that I really kind of connected with, I guess, in terms of like serious, like, oh shit, I want to do this, was a guy named Mitch Hedberg. And Mitch Hedberg is like an obscure comedian, and he writes just some weird shit. Like one of his jokes is, rice is really good if you want 1,000 of something. You know what I mean? It's stupid, but
it is funny though.
And like for me as a stoner, it like,
but I'm fucking laughing.
Yeah, it hit me, you know. And yeah, see, SET fan, yo, that's what's up. Mitch is the shit. Yeah, okay. So like another one that he told that I love is, I used to do drugs. I still do, but I used to as well.
Like what?
You know, it's like, okay, so you just do drugs. Okay.
Yeah.
But I love that shit. The way you word stuff and the like, I've noticed this on stage. I can tell the same joke. Belt of pants, who's winning? I can tell you the way that you phrase your joke matters. Word economy matters. All of these things are strategies for writing jokes. You know what I mean? And this dude's word economy is off the fucking charts. Yeah. Like rice is really good if you want. It's a fucking 12-word joke, but it'll get a minute and a half pop with the right crowd. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's insane. Now think of that when you guys drop like fire bars on a track. Exactly. You're doing that. You're compressing it down, but it's just hit. Wow.
Yep.
And that's what Mitch Hedberg was like really good for. So that really hit with me. And then I'm British. So like my parents are British anyway. And that's like a lot of that came into my house. So like a lot of sketch shit.
The sarcasm.
Like, yeah. And that all walked right in the door. And that's kind of where I came up. And now I'm like in the middle, you know, I'll joke around. I'll be silly, but I'll talk about kicking a kid square in the chest. You know what I mean? It depends on the day, but that's kind of where I'm at in terms of like performers. I've been lucky enough to hang out with some of my idols. You know, there's an Irish comedian named Dylan Moran who fucking amazing comic, you know. I haven't really gotten the chance to hang out with, like, obviously the people who have passed, but I'm just lucky at comedians. It's much like, I guess, music. I don't know the scene that well, but comedians, when you get together, you're the same. You know what I mean? So you talk to fucking everybody like they're you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what, like, I've been very lucky to be in that situation with a lot of people that I grew up watching. So it's been a really cool trip for me to start this whole ride. You know what I mean?
I love it. So what's some of your as far as material? You know, that's probably the basic question, but I always love to ask, like, what's your motivation? How do you come up with it? You know, you probably get that 5,000. How do you come up with your material?
Yeah,
but
honestly,
it is a good question.
Yeah, it's life, man. Life does it to me. Yeah, like I am I am a conduit. The universe presents itself to me, and I channel it to you through my pipe system. You know what I mean? How I see the shit. And that's how it is. It's my family. It's my job. It's my people. It's that weird shit that goes on in your head when you're trying to fall asleep. It's all that shit. You know what I mean? But I'm lucky that, like, my family lets me get away with saying a lot of shit, you know? So that's pretty much what it is. It's my life. You got to be genuine. I don't think good comedy can come from a fake place. I think it needs to come from a real place. That's how you elicit emotion. You got to touch people. You know what I mean? Not like that, but you know what I mean? You have to impact people. You know what I mean? That's better. Impact people.
You can touch people, I understand.
Yeah, you can too, but they got to be down with it, you know.
It's consent, you know.
Yeah, it's consent. But that's it. Yeah, that's my kind of thing, man. It's I try to present to you me on stage. And that's where I've been lucky. Like, I don't know about you guys. I've always gotten in trouble in school and at work for being too much like myself.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah, that shit doesn't happen on stage. On stage, if you're yourself, you are rewarded. If you're unapologetically yourself, you are rewarded. If you are fucking disingenuous, people see right through that shit like a fucking laser. You know what I mean? And that's it. Be real with people.
Yeah.
That's how I am. So, like, that's why I've been. I'm on this Captain Kush. I'm on a vibe right now, man. I'm talking to the Kings.
Get it.
With the Kings being a captain.
Yeah, that's it. This is what's good. Honestly, this is what I love to do. I love to chop it up with other creatives, not necessarily comics. You got to broaden your circle. If you are in an art, talk to other artists. Get that cross-pollination happening. That's where brilliance.
Knowledge.
That's right. That's where brilliance happens.
All right.
Yeah. Elder, what's going on, man? Yeah. Right?
Oh, you know. Yeah, dude. Y'all know I got multiple cats. Motherfucker chasing one so bad that he's like crying in the corner like this. I'm like, oh shit, here we go. Fuck.
Fucking cats. Never keep cats. Cats are the devil. I say that about almost every animal, though. It's the devil. No, I'm chilling. I love animals. There's so much work, man. I got a kid. That's so much work. I can't have a kid and animals.
Definitely. That'd be crazy.
Who's got kids?
No.
Yeah. It's a lot of work, man. She's only 4, and I am a tired man.
How do you?
It gets easier.
How do you?
Hey, no. Hold on. He says it gets easier. Mine's fucking 23. It don't get no fucking easier. It gets worse, man. Fuck that shit. Enjoy them while they're 4, man. Enjoy this light work right now, man.
Yep.
Go take care of your cats, motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm very lucky. I'm very lucky that I have the kid I have. My kid, honestly, sweet kid, talks to people, very like chill with fucking every situation she's been in so far. And I've done stuff because of my kid that I didn't want to do. You know what I mean? We went to Niagara Falls, for example, and you know that giant fucking Ferris wheel? Your man over here is not so good with heights, okay? I don't like heights. For a tall guy, heights fuck with me. So my kid goes like this, Dad, I want to go on the Ferris wheel. And I said, yeah, let's go to the Ferris wheel. I did the Ferris wheel. I didn't act like it was fucking with me at all because I didn't want my irrational fear to pass on to my kid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And she just picked it up. She's the most adventurous little thing. Yeah, kids are the best. Congratulations to all the parents out there. Bless it, everybody. Even if you don't have kids, fuck. You were a kid. Kids are the best because we grow up to be some pretty kick-ass adults, right? Sometimes, anyway.
I love this shit. All right, well, you know what? We got this segment. I hope my man's ready for it because it's about that time. Are you going to hit him with it, bro?
No?
All right.
No. We decided off camera that for professional reasons and sponsorship reasons that the Willie Bomb will be no longer.
Oh, Reese. I was waiting for Reese because I knew Reese would be like, He'd eat that bomb, choke that shit down, and fucking blast it. I was waiting. Reese would have had the best answer to any Willy bomb on the planet. I was waiting.
I'm interested. I'm interested.
So we used to have a segment, Willy bomb, and Willy would drop some fucking crazy off the charts question that was fucking. We'd all just be like,
yeah,
really just asked
we were doing some crazy things. I was taking like a small piece from what I've got from the bio, and then I was taking like some of their favorite things, and then making a big twist.
Okay.
Oh, nice. It was killer. But,
nice.
I'll answer it. I'll answer it. Here we go. A bicycle. Yeah. I'm sorry. Was that not the answer? I'm so sorry. Did I get it wrong? It's okay. I never tested well. Tested well.
It's okay. You got it. I can't believe you were thinking along the same lines as myself, you know?
Dude, I'm so fucking tired right now.
We kind of mind meld. It's the cat meld. I felt that shit.
Amazing.
I got to show this stuff off too because my boy made it. If you guys looking for some glass, Boomhauer Boros Space Squid.
What up?
Dave Bowback, one of a kind, real sweetheart.
Nice. I like that. I'll check that out. So before we send you packing, tell the people where they can find you social media wise, what kind of stuff they can catch you on, man.
Find me RE_Reese T, baby. 420 Golf, any of those channels. I do I do a wrestling podcast because I love pro wrestling. I'm a man child. Fuck everybody who doesn't like wrestling. You're dead inside. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. When they wear the paint on the outside. I do a wrestling podcast. I do a movie podcast called Film is Dead.
Film is Dead.
You can find that on YouTube. I do my late night sesh. Look up Late Night Sesh. You can find me there. And then I do live shows. So look up my Sesh brand. That's what I do shows under is the Sesh. And I also hopefully will be starting some other shit soon. So keep your eye out for that. Thank you guys very much for having me.
Hey, man, on behalf of King's Court and all of us individually, man, I want to thank you for bringing the time out and sharing some of your shit, dude. You were still one of the funniest fucking dudes I know, man. I can't wait. I can't wait to do some further work with you, brother. I'm looking forward to it for sure.
You're dead inside, no, Fanny, no. I love you guys. Thank you so much. I miss you guys already.
Keep us in the loop with the 420 golf, though, for sure.
For sure.
Blessings, everybody. Have a good one. I love
many
you.
Blessings, brother. Peace. Oh shit, man, that guy cracks me the fuck up, dude. I've gone to just hang out places, and he's been there like with him and Danny Raposo and shit, and like he's just like fucking funny all the time. Like the dude doesn't even try, you know what I mean? He's just all around funny, lovable, enjoyable guy. Big shout out. Thanks for making it out here, Reese. Appreciate that, man.
Definitely dope.
Guys, I've been waiting all night to show you this because yeah, I seen one online once, and I was embarrassed to say like it was one of those things that popped up in the cannabis that I didn't know fuck all about. And so from the minute I saw one of these things, I've been trying to get one, and I haven't been able to find them anywhere. Healing House managed, we found some through some wholesalers, and I got one today. And I've been dying. I don't know how well the camera's going to show this fucking thing, but I want to show you this. For all my dab people out there, you know, do any of you know what a terp slurp is? And it's a rhetorical question because I'm going to show you anyways. So check this fucking thing out, man. This is the new type of banger that people are starting to dab with these days. Wow. And if I can get myself out of there. So it's got like 3 different marbles inside of it. It's got this big marble for a carb cap. It's got this tiny little like glass pill piece that drops all the way down to the bottom there. Okay. Then it's got an inner marble to create some more. And then this fucking carb cap on top. Wow. And so I had to watch a video on how this shit works. Because I was like, what the fuck do you do with this? You know, like, and so what you do is you torch just the bottom tray. Okay. And you drop your concentrate in the tray. I don't know if I can get it on camera because I can't do like 5 things at once. Watch the action this fucking thing goes, if you can see it. So this little that little beam thing flies up and pushes on the other marble and shoots it up, and then your carb cap's like, it's fucking.
Yeah,
dude, I've been waiting all day to fucking do this with y'all, man. Because I'm like, I did it like 4 times. We made videos of me trying it, and like clearly the first time I fucked it right up. It's like, oh my god, I don't think it's supposed to be like that. So we actually made like a blooper reel. I'll get it together for you guys next week. I've got all kinds of videos, like seriously, from like 4 or 5 years ago when I started out my retail cannabis fucking job, where we were trial and error, like all kinds of shit. And it's like Elder was always the fucking guinea pig. They're like, give it to Elder, he'll smoke it. I mean, like, give him this, he'll do this, he'll do that, right? And so like, I was trying dabs right out of the gates, and I didn't know what cool down times were. So like, I was doing pure red hot fucking bowl, and then dropping like full grams of shatter in it, trying to smoke it. And we thought this was how it was supposed to be done. Right? It's like, I'm fucking probably knocked 6 years off my life by the amount of hot hits I inhaled. So I wanted to share this with you guys now that I figured the fuck out how it works. And literally because it's so fucking cool. But I just realized a very tragic situation here. There is no water in this thing.
I was gonna say no water.
Oh, I was gonna say, dude, there is no water. Like none. No water. Oh, this is gonna be like hella hard to do. Anyways, while I'm doing this, I'm making a disgusting mess on my table for the price of fucking show business.
Got us all watching here.
All right, fuck it. That actually worked a lot better than I thought.
Make sure you go down to Healing House Medicinals on Facebook, like the page, head down to King's Court on YouTube, subscribe to us now, share this feed live while Elder gets this rig nice and warm.
A friend of mine dropped off a gram of like this live resin diamond shit that he got at our event, and he said, I think you should have this, Elder. So I was like, all right, I'll smoke it tonight on the show. It's for this new fancy rig. So I'm gonna try and get close, but I'm fucking now I got water leaking on my legs and shit. So here we go.
That's something amazing.
Yes.
I got to mute.
He's gonna do his cough.
So yeah, man, that's intense. But staying true to the word, we always talked about how Willie Scandals doesn't dab or do shatter or do any of that stuff. So after the event there, Healing House Medicinals gifted me my very own shatter.
Nice.
So now I am on my journey to become a professional shatter smoker, I guess you could call it.
There you go.
We're in the early stages of learning that. And then also a big thank you to Elder himself. I tuned into one of his shows. I can't remember, Elder's Smoke Shack or something. And I won the Wu-Tang bong.
Hey.
And I finally got a chance to fucking pick it up and hang out. And, it was great to have all 3 kings in the same place at the same time. So for all these things to come through, it's just amazing. It was a great time, man. I get to leave with a whole bunch of souvenirs. If the world decides to lock down again like they did before, at least, I have all these trophies.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Super awesome. I'm fucking high. There is legit. There is no way to explain how clean that was. Look at this.
Oh, I can imagine.
It hit like, whew.
I don't know. You had the mute. Couldn't have been that clean.
Oh, dude, I coughed.
Crying.
Breathing fresh air. You saw that. So, all right. Well, I'll roll it. I'll kick it. You know what time it is. That time. Getting around that time. So I'm gonna ask it first, like I do. What's bothering you, King? It's that time. So I gotta ask my man, King Willie. What's bothering you, King?
6,509. Wearing the orange shirt and matching my clothes to go with this color is just not enough. There seems to be a forgotten presence with this tragic situation. And like I said from the very beginning of since the first very discovery, I said I will not stop putting my foot down on that pedal. So as long as we keep finding these innocent children, I will not stop bringing awareness to this situation. And, another 1,009, I think it was today that they found, just shivers my bones and makes me want to crumble on the floor and just give up. I was a little bit quiet tonight on the show because I was really thinking about what I had to say right now and to make these words, as Reese said, have impact. And when I think of the number, and how many more places we still have to search, it shatters my soul. And I know I have to stand up, and I know I have to be strong, and I know I have to send words of encouragement, and I know I have to do everything I can to protect mine and everything else around me. So let's just try to keep this in the forefront and not shoved underneath the rug like every other Indigenous issue that happened in the past or present. This is huge. This is children we're talking about, not anything else. Children, 6,509, man. Like, that's what's bothering me, King. Cottreezy, what's bothering you, King?
I don't like pigs. I like animals, but I don't like pigs. I refuse to call specific police officers because that's what they are, pigs. So once again, I wake up and I see a person who's being handcuffed, his hands behind his back, and he's getting closed fist punched on a continuous basis by a pig. But at the same time, I'm going through what's bothering me, King. I did like the same essence. There's a different feel into which where there was a community that was around him that took their phones out. Not only did that, they started yelling. And the moment they started punching this guy's face, they started throwing things at these pigs. And at the end, to even be even more positive, even though what's bothering me, King, the city that happened in DC ended up reviewing the whole tapes and dropping all the charges and suspending the pig. So what's bothering me, King, is when will these pigs actually have proper training to do their jobs the correct way? Because if they're paid to do a job, do it the correct way. If you don't, you get fired. But at the end of the day, you're also dealing with people's lives. I'm not going to go into it too heavy because I can talk about this all night. But at the same time, when I wake up and look at my phone and see that, yeah, it puts a different perspective in my head for the rest of the day. That's what's bothering me, King. Elder, what's bothering you, King?
Damn. Oh. What's bothering me, eh? All right, here's what's bothering me. I look around the globe right now, and I hardly ever do I look at what's going on outside my own yard in terms of politics and shit. And I'm so disturbed by what's going on in Cuba right now. And again, like Indigenous shit going on, there's really not enough awareness what's going on in Cuba. People are misconstrued. And I think what I'm really getting at and what's bothering me can actually go with what bothering both my kings on a much bigger picture. As I sit back and I work with doctors in Israel, and people in Colorado, and fuck man, I work with people all over. And what bothers me the most, Kings, is how many people are turning, like, they just, no recognition, not my problem. It's not happening at my house. Ain't in my backyard. I don't know those people. Maybe they deserved it. All the shit I hear people say, whether it's on social media, whether it's in person, what bothers me the most is the lack of unity amongst human beings in a whole and on such a global level. it just bothers me that in the year 2021, with people that can't get clean drinking water and decide, the country's resolve is not my problem. We've got people being massacred in the streets for their color. People are like, it's not happening here. We have countries literally tearing each other to pieces right now over lack of food and nutrition. And people are like, I got my feet up on my couch watching my big screen. Ain't my problem. Until we as a whole, when I say a whole, I mean the world as a whole, decide that unity is more important than anything else, this earth is going to continue to self-destruct. We'll continue to unearth graves that nobody is going to end up being responsible for. And people will continue to be brutalized in the streets with nothing to answer more than a fucking paid suspension.
Right.
And countries will allow slaughterings of their civilians. And we as a country stand back and we don't intervene. It seems the only time anybody wants to intervene is when there's fucking oil or money. Nobody seems to care that people are just being slaughtered for being human beings. And until we remember what unity truly stands for, not some fucking banner to wear on your t-shirt, not some cute thing to wear on the side of your fucking Lulus, until we start pitting together and joining hand in hand, arm in arm, and standing up for the atrocities that are before us in 2021, we're fucking doomed. So what's bothering me is, no matter how hard we try to bring awareness to people, it shouldn't be this hard of a struggle. And people should really be able to recognize what's going on. And if you think that it's not your problem and there's nothing you can do, talking about it, being aware, making other people educated, and not just pretending it's not your problem or it doesn't affect you. Until we start recognizing that, this world's not going to heal. So what's bothering me is at my ripe ass age of elder, I'm worried I'm not going to live long enough to see the human race be harmonized again. So that's what's bothering me, Kings.
Word up.
Love it.
I didn't mean to go so deep with it, but
hey, man.
Go ahead, get there.
Tied everything together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't ever watch the fucking news. I'm not into cable, but like I put the TV on I think it was last night. I stayed over at my stepmom's house. I was like trying to fall asleep in that fucking strange house, not my house, not my bed, kind of shit. So I had the TV on and like the shit I was seeing, man. I know media is corrupt as fuck, but I make no mistake. But you can't corrupt images. You know what I mean? Like what I see is like what you see. You call it, dress it up, whatever the fuck you want. I don't care. But what you see visually is, you can't deny some of that shit. And it's hard to think that people are just sitting there watching this shit empty. It's the point of entertainment. It absolutely sickened me last night. And I don't know how yet, but I'm definitely going to try to change the world and bring people together and unify people. That some kind of fucking movement I'm going to start, I swear to God. Because if nobody fucking does it, if nobody starts it, it'll never happen.
That's right.
Even if it's one guy with an idea and two kings sat beside him and went, you know what? Yeah, let's do it. And then we turn that into 6 followers who are like, the kings are onto something, man. Let's get behind this shit. And if we make it spread the way that hate spreads, start spreading fucking love and support and unity again, then maybe we might be able to change the world in this lifetime. Get shit back the way it used to be.
Hell yeah.
So that's what's up, man. But on a lighter fucking note, because I know we well over our hour already. I don't know how it works. I don't know how it works streaming to YouTube, because I know if we were on Instagram right now, we'd be fucked. So
I think we're all right. We're good. We're still live. We're good.
King, I know you came like, I never heard you say that you hadn't had something rolled for the show before. So what's the treat of the week, man? Cottreezy, hit us. What's the flavors of the week, bro?
The flavors of the week, definitely no long talking. Again, shout out to First Stop Dispensary, the great people over here in Oneida. They actually came to the show. They gave me a great pack that I then was able to jump off to the Good Healing House people. So Man, one of the flavors I have today again is the orange cream soda. It is just a beautiful 70-30. I got it sitting right here. Actually, it's all rolling it up. It's just, I mean, here, you know what? I got time.
You don't fucking send a little tiny bud of that in the mail to me, man. I'm gonna be
I know, really, right? We've been asking for this one for a while.
You guys
fuck, dude.
So I can get that in there.
Oh.
It's just full orange. It's just, it smells
so flavorful.
Exactly what it smells like, yeah. And then he came back again with one of those old school ones, but it always hits. And that's that Pineapple Express.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
always
there it is. There it is.
I mean, it came through. It was just nice and sweet. It was just a great sativa. Let me see if I got it here. I sure do. Let's see, get a good nugget out of this. All right. That's not a bad one. Let me see. Not too bad. Not too bad. So anyway, again, good shout out to Pineapple Express. The Pineapple Express was nice and sweet, as it always was. Nice citrus, but the orange cream soda is just a nice relaxer, man. It's a nice hitter, and it definitely has that floaty, orangey, you know what I mean, taste to it, even in that backwood. So shout out to First Up Dispenser. I know we can't talk too long about it. Flavors of the week: orange cream soda, Pineapple Express. You know how it is. Mm-hmm.
Hey, Willie, I heard you saying earlier that, you know, you got a Shatterizer, right, when you were at the event?
That's right.
So I was with the owners of Shatterizer, Matt and Val, good people. Most people in the cannabis industry are familiar with Matt and Val. And if you remember a couple weeks ago, they blessed me with the new product, Bubbler. It hasn't hit yet. And we had a person run up to the booth, and they were like, I love your product, but how do I get the damn water filled in? And I watched Val take this really deep huffing breath and like go into this, no offense, Val, I know you're going to watch this because I'm going to tag you in it. This like totally weird explanation on how to get water in this thing. And so I told him, I said, the easiest way to do it is just put it in a glass of water and suck some water up. And she was like, what? And I was like, yeah. She was like, will you do a video of that? And I said, I promise you on Thursday night, I'll show them. So regular glass of water, Shatterizer bubbler. The easiest way to get water is the same way to get water into a nectar collector. Stick that shit in. Suck it up to the bulb. Let the excess run out. Give it a little puff. Perfect Shatterizer. Bubbler every time. So I got to make a little video for them and post it on their page. They were like, is it really that easy? And I was like,
they invented it. They didn't know.
No, well, you know what? To be honest, dude, even my nectar collector, it's made the same way. It's physics that does it all, right? Three chambers with an airlock. So I used to have problems filling it up too, man. It was like this fucking hassle. So I promised them when I was on King's Court next, I said I would throw it out to the people, and then I would make a video for their page. So you can see I've got like the perfect amount of water in it. Suck the water up till it hits the bulb. Let it run all the way out. Take one little puff, and you've got your perfect bubbler ready to go.
Right on.
So shout out to Matt and Val, man. I'll hook you up with that video later. But so, Kings, fuck, you know it is. That was a wicked show. I love hanging up with you guys, man. It's so different now too, because now we've like hung out. You know what I mean? We did a show together. We're gonna have for dinner together. We fucking spent the day. It was a good fucking time, man. So that being said, guys, you heard it here first. We are, as the Kings, are going to host the ICC, the Indigenous Cannabis Cup, out in Tyonega. It's a whole weekend event, so not like our event where you couldn't actually consume cannabis on the site. This is a whole different world.
Oh, yes.
So if you want to meet the Kings, you want to hang out with the fucking Kings, and you want to attend one of the coolest fucking cannabis events, like literally in Canada, the ICC is the place to be. And now you're going to catch the Kings all fucking weekend. We'll be giving out all kinds of shit. So come check us out at the ICC. Get your weekend ticket, get your day pass, whatever it takes. You're going to see a live fucking performance from Willie. You're going to see a live fucking performance from Cottreezy. And shit, you might even hear me drop some bars.
But yeah, man, we got tons of things going on, man, lately. The bookings are going crazy. If you want to see Willie Scandals before the Cannabis Cup and you're in the Montreal area, come on down to Shabbat Square on August 20th. It's an early show between 1 and 4 p.m. We got a bunch of throat singers, Indigenous dancers. We got a whole like slew of cultural shit. So you don't want to miss out on that one. And then also the following day after the Cannabis Cup, that's on August 29th. It's a Sunday. We got the Good Vibes Only tour in Ottawa. So man, the bookings just keep coming. And you know what? The Kings are gonna continuously aim to have more in-person events. So if you're out there watching this right now, you're a promoter, you're an event host. Well, we can do that. Hit us up. We make events happen. We are the Kings.
I just got nailed by the sponsor on a private text message. He says, even though he knows we're live, he wanted to give a big shout out to us. Thank us all for our participation in the show. And he wanted to give a personal shout out to Ross. He said, literally, nice fucking shirt, Ross. So, again, guys, we appreciate all the continued support. If you made it to the event, it was fucking awesome to see you there. Thank you. If you didn't make the event, there's clips, there's pictures, there's all kinds of shit. Check it out on any one of our social media platforms. Slide on down to the Healing House fucking website. Give it a like. Give it a like on Facebook. Check out some upcoming events, upcoming sales through them. We'll watch for any of us coming up. We've got all kinds of shit on the go. The ICC is the next event that you're
That's the one
at live. But, fuckers, you know how we do. The only time any king pay attention to a jester is when we're looking for some kind of mild amusement. See you guys next week, man.
Book us now.